All right, joining me right now is brave middleweight Tarek Suleiman. What's going on, Tarek?
Thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
I know that before you were into combat sports, you were a swimmer when you were younger. And I
Yes.
read a story about you covering your body in car grease so you could swim outdoors in the cold weather. Tell me about that.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. It was a crazy part of time. When I was younger, in the city that I came from, there was no indoor pools. So the only time and space that we could train for swimming was in the summertime. And it was salt water. Even the pool, it was salt water. We're training in salt water. And when winter comes and when there is a cold weather, there is no other choice but to train in cold water. And like old people and old swimmers used to tell us, if we rub ourselves with car grease, it will isolate the cold, and it will not let the cold water touch our skin. So we were just doing that, and it was not helping at all. It was still cold. I was still getting sick. But it was fun part of time.
Yeah, I guess you live and you learn, right?
Yeah. It was crazy, but it was good. It grew up like a mentality to never give up and to train in the harsh conditions. So it played a good role into my fighting career, I guess.
No doubt. In 2004, you were introduced to boxing. What attracted you to the sweet science of boxing?
Again, it was swimming, man.
Mhm.
I tell you, when my family saw me getting sick and this and that because of the cold and because of the winter, my friends in school told me, "Oh, we joined the boxing class. Why you don't you jump with us and start training with us?" And I said, "Yeah, why not? Let's give it a try." And because of my swimming background, my cardio is good. I was picking up technique really fast, and coaches liked me. And it's like put more attention to me, and I liked the sport, and I just kept training really hard. I aimed for some competitions, some local competitions, but that never happened. I never competed in boxing.
Well, as you became a university student in Lebanon, you competed in, Sandu, Wushu, you even won a silver medal. Has that experience carried over well into your MMA career?
Yeah, of course. Like again, before this is all before I was introduced to MMA. I knew nothing about MMA. Well, like I think everything happened for a reason, right? I start when I was in university in Beirut. My friend was training also in like wushu or sanchu kickboxing, sanda, and because of my boxing, the coach was like, "Yo, you have a good hands. Let's add on some kicks." I was like, all right, let's do it. And then I started competing in Lebanon. Then I got some medals in Lebanon, and then I got the silver medal. It was Arab World Championship in Jordan.
Well, that's crazy. Then
Yeah.
I guess if you fast forward 2012, you started to do BJJ. Now you're a brown belt. Is jujitsu the martial art that you enjoy the most?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. So also this is because of something happened to me. First first MMA fight. I had no jujitsu experience, nothing. I learned a little bit about jujitsu, a little bit about wrestling, and that was it. And then I stepped into my first amateur fight. It was against a purple belt who has a couple MMA fights under his belt. I started the fight. The guy mounted me. I couldn't get up. I just was holding for life. I didn't let go. I ended up winning that fight, but afterward, I said I will never be in this position and not knowing what to do. So I focused a lot on jiu-jitsu, and I fell in love with the sport. It came naturally to me.
You started your career, like you said, that year. You took your first fight, but
Yes, sir.
you have had a lot of visa issues throughout all your fighting, throughout the years because of the war in Syria. How mentally draining is it for you to worry about visa issues before you fight?
Oh man, it's it's the factor in my whole career. It's like changing factor. Even though sometimes they have incredible camps, sometimes just visa issue can destroy all the work I've been doing in the past. As you said, I started my career in 2012, and the war started in 2011. So I was like, the war was reason me starting MMA, looking for other source of incomes, because the economy was destroyed in Syria, and I had to find my own path. Visa issues non-stop, even in the Arab world. Like since the war, I've been facing visa issues. Uh, like sometimes I fly the day of the fight. Sometimes I fly a couple hours before the weigh-ins, and I still make it. But it's really getting into me, and like stress levels are fucking insane. Always insane. Always stress levels. So now I'm working with Brave Combat Federation. They have this into consideration, and they always work a step ahead from each fight I have with them. So I'm glad to be with them.
Um, Visa issues. I know you've had some crazy injuries. You've dealt with shady promotions throughout the years. A few years ago, the Russian government sent a letter to the Thai government saying that Syrians are planning a terrorist attack in your country, and you were jailed because of this. Can you talk about making the choice of paying a lot of money to get out of jail or going back to fight in the war in Syria?
Oh my god, man! It was really it was one of the craziest experience I've ever dealt with. So it was actually a fight, end of a fight camp. It was a fight week. I was going out to fight in Tajikistan in Russia. A letter, as you said, came from the Russian government to the Thai government. There is 10 Syrians are aiming to make a terrorist attack on a Russian groups, like whatever there is Russians. So I put obviously my all my details right. They just knocked on the door. I was there. They came into Tiger. I was cutting weight. I was on the spin bike cutting weight with my plastics, with everything on. I shit you not. It was fucking insane. They came and they were super friendly because everyone knew me at Tiger. They asked around, and I was cool, but they had no other choice, I guess, right? So they took me in. They said, "Oh, we need to ask a couple questions. Everything's fine." I was like, "Okay." They took me to a station. Then they said, "Oh, we're closing now. You have to stay the night here." It's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Yeah, you have to stay the night here." I was like, "Damn it, I'm in my like everything in sweat. I didn't change. They didn't let me change." And I went with them. Then they start interrogating me, American people interrogating me. Then they said, "Oh, we have no choice. We have to send you back to your country." I like, "What do you mean you have to send me back to my country? I did nothing wrong. Like you have all the files, everything like you know about me is the truth." They said, "Yeah, but we have to send you back home." I was like, "Oh my god!" I had to contact a lawyer. The lawyer contacted some people, and we figure out a way that they delete me all off the system. And we figured out they deleted me off the system. I went to fight, man. I went like it was. Like there was few hours before I received my passport and my airplanes leaving Thailand. It was so much drama. I was like, man, I think at that time, at that year, I don't know. I think I lost a couple years of my life.
But when you went to fight, you also had more drama. Am I correct?
Oh my God, man. Yes, it's even worse. So as we flew, the promotion booked us the worst flight ever in history. We flew to Tajikistan, I think 34 hours or more. We had to stop in Russia. in some really random airport. They didn't even know what transit zone is. So we stopped there for 12 hours actually, and we couldn't use any other currency but Russian. We didn't have Russian currency on us. Then we went to Tajikistan, which was the shadiest thing ever to happen. Like some random people pulled us over. It's like, oh, we take you from here. Like, who are you? Who are you, man? It's like, don't worry, come with us. It's like, all right, I think we have no other options. And we went with them. I like it was really crazy journey. I started cutting weight. I couldn't make the weight because I couldn't do any weight cut procedures before. I was dealing with other shit at Thailand. Went there. I missed weight. They took us to arena. Next day, they took us to the arena, and I was like, all right. It was super cold, man. It was like -5 degrees inside the arena. The promoter came to us like, "Hey guys, sorry, the heaters are not working." I was like, what do you mean not working? I feel like it's like super cold. They stuffed us all in a small room, man. They put a small ass heater in the corner, and they expected me to warm up there. Me and my friend Alex Shield, we were there. It's like, yeah, well, you gotta do it. I wrapped my hands. I didn't take off my coat. I had everything on. I just changed clothes. I changed the clothes to fight clothes. I went to the cage with my jacket on, with everything on. Like I think it took me maybe 6 minutes to take everything off to enter the cage. First 5 minutes, man, not a drop of sweat, nothing. I was dry. I Alex between the rounds is like, yo, do you want me to put ice on you? He's like, man, motherfucker, look, touch me. I'm freezing cold. Second round, same thing. I remember I did the high kick. I landed a high kick, but man, I thought my foot was broken. I landed the kick flush on the guy's head. Well, I thought my foot was broken. It's like, I'm not kicking again. Then I ended up losing the decision. It was crazy journey from the start till the end. Crazy.
It is. You could have your own documentary on Netflix if you really wanted to make one.
Yeah, man. Every single story is every single fight is a story by itself. And if I decided to write a book, I will fill out a huge book. So hopefully I have a couple more chapters in my life to fill in. Then I will try to do a book.
Yeah, hopefully it's not as crazy as your other fights, right?
Man, I think this is the craziest one. But I have less crazy, similar crazy.
Well, the last time you fought Brave 10, a couple months ago, you lost a unanimous decision to Will Fleury. In the third round, the ref stood up the fight. Do you agree with that decision?
Man, I don't know. I was like, he stole more than I did. I
Mm.
was I was throwing. I was on top. I was throwing. I was trying to pass. He was stopping. But like at the first round, when we were first try, he was not doing any damage. He was not even passing my guard, even though he was like he almost got a mount, but I ended up putting my butterfly hooks. But he was not moving. He was not advancing. He was not throwing any punch, and the ref didn't stop us. Then when I took him down and I started punching it, and it was the last round. He waited 3 minutes in, then I don't know. He stood us up for no reason. I think it's a wrong decision. I think they were in a hurry.
Yeah, it was a weird fight as the refereeing was going on, especially like you said in the first round and the third round. Similar things happened, but he made different decisions.
Yeah,
How do you assess your performance? The last one at Brave 10.
no, the last one it was terrible. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I suffered a really bad shoulder injury in that fight. I tried to fix it before. It didn't help. I don't know what was going on. I didn't do any MRI or anything, but I feel much better now. But going into the fight, uh, first round, I think I did also a couple mistakes in my camp prior, like to the event. My cardio wasn't on point. Usually, like my cardio always picks up in the second round. I was heavy. I was flat. I think my strength wasn't there. I'm I'm known to be a strong fighter, physically strong, but I wasn't as strong as I wanted to be. The guy was like just he didn't advance. He didn't do anything really to damage like any damage, but he was able to wrap his hands around me every time and take me down. But on the ground, he didn't do anything. Ground and pound, he didn't do anything. Stand up, he didn't do anything. Like actually, they were giving him credit if he landed a punch, while I land a couple punches, they were not mentioning it at all. Well, I was like, yeah, I was going back. It's a like a fair and square win to him. I don't take anything from him. But the last round, I won the last round, and they still give it to him. I don't know why.
Now you get to redeem yourself June 9th in Belfast, Brave 13 European Evolution versus Chad Hanekom. You and your opponent both competed at Brave 10. Did you have any interaction with him at the event?
Actually, yeah, we talked a little bit. We talked in Sona. Like first day he arrived, it was my second day there. We were in the sauna together. We chatted a little bit. He mentioned some stuff about Will. I mentioned some stuff about his opponent. We talked a little bit about my camp and his camp, and he was willing to come to my camp to train, but it didn't work out because we're fighting now. So yeah, he's really cool dude. I'm looking forward to compete against him. I think it's gonna be a really good fight.
What changes have you made to your camp leading up to this fight?
Oh, I did a huge change in my training. I've brought in a strength and conditioning coach, Mark Mariani. He's a top-notch strength and conditioning coach for fighters. I am in phenomenal shape now, cardio wise. Wrestling and MMA with the Hickman brothers, George Hickman and Frank Hickman. Striking, I'm training with a Brazilian Muay Thai fighter, Leo. Uh, he's my he's just working on my stand up really good. My cardio is really in really awesome shape. I'm looking forward. I want to go see what I can do. I don't know what I can do right now. Like I'm looking good in grappling, I'm looking good in wrestling, I'm looking good in sparring. I'm excited to see me what I can do right now in this stage, in this shape, you know?
What sparring partners, who have you been sparring with, like to emulate your opponent?
Uh I don't have I used to train with Glenn Sparv is part of my my team, TMT team. I train with him. I was training. I had the honor to train with Douglas Lima, Bellator former champ. He's a phenomenal athlete too. A couple other big dudes in the camp that they are preparing also for fights in the same date. So it worked out well for me. I'm always working with big dudes, and Christoph Van Dyke also been a big help for me. So yeah, it was good.
Perfect timing for you, right? During the camp, everybody's working together.
Yeah, everyone working. The fights are lining up. We have a couple guys preparing for UFC. Tai Tuivasa also is fighting on the same date in Chicago. So it's working out. The atmosphere is really on point. The camp was really on point. Everything is on point. I'm really excited to perform.
Your opponent, he seems to favor submissions. Are you excited about the possibility of some grappling exchanges happening, or are you looking to KO him?
I want. I'm inviting to grappling. Anything related to grappling, I welcome it. If you want to try to submit me, it's my pleasure. I really want to try. I competed against couple. I got submitted once, but I don't think it was he was advancing by grappling or whatever, but it was there. He got the opportunity and he submitted me. I fought like a world class jiu-jitsu black belt, Christopher Silva. I knocked him out twice, even though they overturned the first win. But I still know that I knocked him twice. I don't think he can, like, he has nothing on me grappling. If he wanna fight me, I think he will keep it standing.
Yeah, that Christopher Silva overturned win is another crazy story in your past, right?
Right? Oh my god, man! Everyone messaged me that let's try overturn it to win again. It's like, oh man, it's the only overturned decision in Desert Force history.
Yeah,
It's only happened with me, and they couldn't justify it. Just a hit to the back of the head. While he was turning his head into the wrong direction, you can't protect yourself by turning your head away.
definitely. Well, June 9th, Belfast, Brave European Evolution, Brave 13. You're going to face Chad Hanekom. Thank you for your time, Tariq, and good luck to you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. It was an honor to be here. Oh, and talk to you, man.
Oh, likewise.